the maximum. Brain singers are the maximum people who commit suicide in America because the transference of this, as you said. And another point, Bhadrakarnemi said that Naha, you explained. Most of us don't chant the Gayatri itself properly. That Naha is not spelt. So that's why Gayatri doesn't bless us. Because I don't want. That's it. So that's another play of words I was just saying. And you said about acts of God. They write in the policies. And then another thing is that Swamiji, you said that third, fourth, and all. Swami Paramathanandaji says Tamil is Advaitam because they don't have the third, fourth, and second, third, and fourth Kaka Gajajana that is not that everything is Advaitam. He just says that's Swamiji says. Then that another meaning is that when we do Parayanam, that also can be split. Parayanam is for Parayanam. Para, going to the Parayanam. And that can
very
be
good.
That this can be there. And when you talked about Karna Parampara, we have lost both the Paramparas. Karna Parampara means one is Karna means listening. So we don't listen. And the other Karna Parampara is about giving. We also don't give.
Like Karna.
So that's both we are lost.
Yeah, but we are reviving. Oh, we are reviving. Slowly it's all coming up.
I agree. But
we are praying that we will revive that. And all of you are reviving it, in fact. So
these are all the points I had just reply of it a bit immediately.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ramaji. Thank you. Good. Satish ji, go ahead.
And
thank you.
1 minute. And this Shadarudriyam, it is everyone's important. That is Maharudram. Maharudra, Rudra Japam is mentioned by that Shadarudriyam. That is our one opinion. Rudra Japa.
Rudra Japa, correct.
Rudra Japa. That is understood.
Yeah. Thank you, Ramaji. Satish ji, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Jaykumarji, for taking us through the Kaivalya Upanishad, and it's very interesting and good learning on from my part. And yeah, it is interesting mantras that we got to know. So again, it's a Monday. Last Monday, I had to now start Rudra chanting right now after this. So it's a nice time and good teammates with me and taking us through this entire. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Satish ji.
Namaste. Namaste, Guruji. So it was a very beautiful experience. Of course, எல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டார் nothing. But normally, பலஸ்ருதினாக்கா அதுல அந்தந்த கிரந்தமோ அந்தந்த ஸ்லோகத்தை பத்தியோ இல்லை. நீங்க சொன்னே இல்லையா யார் சொன்னார் இது? இட் ஆல்சோ ரெஃபர்ஸ் டு திஸ் கைவல்ய உபனிஷத்துங்கிறது. பரமாத்மா இருந்தவ யாரோ சொன்னார்னு சொன்னேன். இட் இஸ் mentioned in both ways. Okay.
Narayana.
Somebody.
Yes. Yeah.
I wrote the name somewhere. Okay. Wonderful, Guruji. Okay, that is Arnavama, Arnavama. Arnavamla. Arnavam.
I think it's Arnava. I think it's Arnava.
Arnava.
I think it is Arnava. Check it out. Let me know.
I think Arnavam தான் நினைக்கிறேன் நான். Because recently இந்த யாதபாபியோதயம் படிக்கிறேன், அதுல அர்ணவம்ங்கிற வார்த்தை வந்தது. So I remembered that.
Okay.
And then I think that is all.
Thank you. Thank you, Himaji.
Thank you.
Premaji, go ahead.
Guruji, I loved studying the Kaivalya Upanishad. I like studying the Upanishads, all of them, but there came a point where I felt the rest were not going anywhere. today I became quite emotional with you. As anena jnana prapnoti sansararnavanashanam tasmadevam viditvainam kaivalyam padam ashnute iti. That struck something like a ton of bricks within me, that it is a reality, it's a possibility. But it also brought the Shanti mantra, of course, is exceptional. But what question came up was with the Shatarudriyam that you mentioned. The Rudram, there is some ajnanam there because the gender factor, where they say women should not be doing the, but you added that if you're doing the Lalita Sahasranamam or any of the other prayers, they're equivalent to an offer of prayers. There is no difference between Shiva and Devi and other deities. They're all just that supreme being to whom you are surrendering and appealing. In this lifetime, knowingly, I've not done Atmahatya to anybody. I mean, not Atmahatya, I mean Brahma Hatya or stealing of gold or anything terrible like that, knowingly or unknowingly. But who knows in which lifetime what's coming up. So I would like to clarify this, just reciting what has been given by my guru as Upasana and listening to the Rudram. That's what I do. I do my Abhishekam, etc. But I have the Rudram going, whether it is Shivaratri or the worship of Lord Shiva is there. My mantram is also, a Guru mantram is also same. So am I on the path? The teachings and the way you taught it, somehow between the teacher and the student, there was a connection, and it was felt especially at the end of the Kaivalya Upanishad today. It's a reality for me, so I want to convey that. And if I'm going on the right path, and if I should continue what I'm doing, or if you have any suggestions, and with the grace of all the gurus and like the parampara that's coming through, it's working. And I would like your blessings and your any words of wisdom that you might have for me.
So you're correct. Chant whatever mantras you've been chanting, whatever shlokas you've been chanting. Lalita Sahasranamam is a long one. Okay. It is as long as Rudram or even longer than Rudram. So it will take time to chant these long stotras. And so they have the capacity to bless us. Lalita Sahasranamam mantras are in fact more difficult to follow. More the meanings of that Vedanta is also there, and little bit of non-Vedanta also is there, and so it's very powerful. And so we don't underestimate anything. And Rudram can be chanted. I mean, if you can chant Rudram also is fine. Those women who beyond menopause can chant Rudram also. 1 second.
Lalita Sahasranam is a tantric test, in fact.
I didn't hear you, Ramaji.
Lalita Sahasranam is a tantric test based on Tantra.
So the idea is that you chant whatever. See, the question, the intention is so important in all these things. And so with the right intention we chant, the intention will get fulfilled. That's the idea. It will manifest. And so with this Shastram in front of us, so may I be blessed by this Shastram. Kaivalyam Ashnuta iti. So that Kaivalyam being the goal. Now everything else I chant is going to drive me towards that. Previously my goal may not have been that. But now the goal is different. Goal post has changed. And so now my prayers are going to be directed a little differently than before. And so we continue the same chanting, but with this newer goal of this Kaivalyam. And so that will fructify, no doubt about that.
Guruji, the Lalita Sahasranamam is part of my puja, a part of my initiation. Can I do the Lalita Sahasranamam like it says, do it not once, but do it all the time? Can I? Whenever it
Right.
inspires me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So you must. So that is the idea there. And so if you have that time to chant it many times, all the better. All the better. All the better. And keep some time for Shravanam also. And because finally that chanting is supposed to be for the sake of Shravanam. And so we want to make sure it takes us there. And so definitely, please do that.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Guruji, one comment in this connection. Rudram is to Ardhanarishwara. So what is the difference between Nara and Nari? There is why the gender.
I opened up the stage for people to just comment on the overall study. Now you're asking me questions. You're asking me to go back to Upanishad.
Oh no! I withdraw my question. No, I withdraw my question. It was never. In the heart of heart, I never.
Naranari, yeah, of course. Naranari is the thing. So there is always a feminine and masculine aspect.
Yeah.
So that is what Dvaita is. And so Ardhanarishwara brings both together and
Yeah.
shows us the possibility of both having the same Adhishthanam.
Yeah.
And so it's beautiful. Ardhanarishwara is a beautiful idea. Very beautiful idea.
Thank you, Guru. Hari Om.
Yeah. Hari Om. Mahesh ji, then Shanti.
Namaste, Jagumarji. It was a very beautiful journey going through this Kaivalya Upanishad. It was very interesting. Thank you very much for teaching us this Kaivalya Upanishad. Because your explanations were very good, and you went into great lengths to explain the nuances of this. So thank you very much for that. I have a few questions. May I ask, or should be someone?
Yeah, you can ask.
Okay. So in the last class, I was watching the Satsang yesterday. There was some discussion about this, the karma, and I heard you say that the karma ends with the shariram. Once the shariram falls apart, the karma ends. But I thought the karma goes because it gets attached to you, even though you are Brahman. That Sushma Shariram or Karana Shariram, that's where it gets attached, and so it continues. I think it was Shantiji's question, like, how does the karma stop when you become a jnani or something? So I thought, I heard you say that it ends with Shariram. I was thinking it continues.
Yeah, karma continues. There is no end to karma at all. So the Karana Shariram encapsulates the karma, and so the karma will keep manifesting in future janmas also. But the question is, for a jnani, what happens?
Yeah, that I think we learned this in Tattva Bodha. Towards the end, he talks about how the karma ends.
So jnani is dissociated with karma, completely dissociated with what used to be the quote-unquote jnani's karma. So there is now no connection. Bandha itself is not there. Orphaned, the karma gained by the person before is now orphaned. Orphaned, no connection to the jnani. So that is what we mean. Yeah.
So there is no agami karma because he is no kartrutva. but all the
Correct.
Sanchita karma and Prarabdha karma cease to exist.
Correct. Prarabdha karma will not cease to exist. Prarabdha karma will continue because it is unfolded. It is something which will end with the body. That is what will end with the body.
Yeah.
When we say end with the body, that applies only to Prarabdha karma. Yeah.
And that too for sannyasi.
That only for a sannyasi.
Am I
I mean,
correct?
technically for everybody, because everybody's Prarabdha karma begins and ends. So it's a package. It's a small package that we are born with. And so that
Or because
package
the
was over.
balance got transferred to Sanchita karma.
Another Prarabdha karma will come from the Sanchita karma. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, thank you. Another thing is, Kaivalya Upanishad is mentioned as the crown jewel of Upanishad. I don't know why. I didn't see an explanation. But I saw Chinmayanandaji's, I read it in his commentary on this. He calls it a crown jewel of. Actually, he made that statement before the start of the teaching of Brahmaji to Ashwapani. So I'm just curious, why is it called a crown jewel of all the Upanishads?
That is also talked about. Viveka Chudamani is also the crown jewel of wisdom.
So, for us, the Upanishad, what is the message in the Upanishad is the key thing. And I have not heard that kind of a epithet that was used for Kaivalya Upanishad. But it must be, it is not long, I suppose, but yet it has both the sadhanas and the central teaching mentioned. So there may be some reasons for it. And something that is, see, a text, if it is too long, then what happens? It means it covers a lot of ground. And it covers, it goes beyond just Brahma Vidya. Only then that text can be really big. Unless
Like
it's consolidating various teachings and all. Even Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, a lot of upasanas are there, which is not part of jnana, not part of Brahma Vidya. And so we only study generally the portion that has Brahma Vidya in it. Chandogya also similar. But I don't know. They might be, I'm now speculating why they would say.
Yeah, actually, I will let you know exactly which mantra he mentioned that this is the crown jewel.
He might say it. I mean, that book will have it. Please read that and let me know why he says.
Yeah, I will definitely let you know because I remember to have read this a few times. So I know he says that. But but he doesn't go. There was some mention about why it is crown jewel, but I couldn't quite understand.
Sure.
So,
If I can give you the comment of Swami Parthasarathi regarding this particular point, if you allow me.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, he says that this is the only Upanishad which gives the Jivan Mukti directly, whereas all the other Upanishads are leading us to Krama Mukti. That is why he says that this is called Kaivalya, because it is a direct.
But
I don't know.
teaching in every Upanishad is same. Teaching in every Upanishad is.
No, I'm only trying to tell what Swami Parthasarathi.
No, I just found it, Jayakumar. This is just after the sloka number 21.
Yeah.
That's where he says, Aniyuraniyan, no, Apani Padam, that 21st sloka. After that, he says, this is a rare piece of jewelry in the walls of Hindu culture.
Okay. So yeah, if you can tell us why he says that.
Yeah.
If
let
there's a
me
why
go through.
there, yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Yeah, I will let you know. I'll go through
Thank
it.
you.
And,
Yeah, so
and
Hariji, so that's fine. So we heard what Swami Parthasarathi says, and that's something I've not
This
heard.
takes you to non-return path.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Upanishad itself means Sadhya Mukti. So the word Upanishad itself means that. So anyway, so thank you for sharing Swami Parthasarathji's view on that. Good, thank you.
another thing is
Shanti.
there's in this also Swami Chinmayananda also says in the last we talked about Rudram. He mentions Kaivalya Upanishad.
Okay.
He said
Okay.
he's reading or chanting Kaivalya Upanishad. That's what he says.
Yeah, I'm looking for the text, Narayana Muni's text. And I've asked
Here
Swami.
it says very clearly. He says that this is about what they mean is the Kaivalya Upanishad.
Okay.
Good.
One other question, Jagamaji. This in the second part after the thing is that is here it is printed as Phalasruti. So they're talking about the we said about Brahmahatya and stealing and all that. So my question is, when we say you do this and every papa is gone, indirectly are we not saying that you do whatever you want, you do this once and you're good?
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. You don't do Papa. First of all, even
Yeah.
before coming to Dharam, you
I
don't
don't
do
know.
any Papa.
I have this same difficulty with many of the Phalasrutis stated in Smriti text also. Many times we say, any sloka we say, of course, once I remember, I think it was Swami Chinmayananda or maybe it was Tejomayananda ji said that the Phalasruti, these were written because over a period of time people stopped chanting, and to get people back into that the Phalavas, because everybody asking what do I get out of it.
Yeah, Phalashruti is meant to motivate us,
Because
to
we
inspire us
also
to.
learned that all the karma we do, you have no way to escape, only to burn it. And then we say standing once removes all the papas or something, or dip in Ganga will remove all the papa. To me, somewhat.
Initially, that's what a person has to be told to make them do it until they come to Vedanta. And we will say that you can't take it literally. You can't take it literally. It is meant to chant it. It has done its job. The fact that you have come to a Vedanta course itself shows it has done its job. And so, otherwise we won't be able to sit here. So that's how we start. A journey starts like that. Human journey begins with all these things. And so like the mother gives all these goodies to the child and say, you eat this, I'll take you to the zoo. And you eat like that quietly, the child gets nutrition, because nutritious food is never tasty. And so how are you going to give this food to the child? You have to say all these things, wonderful things you have to say. Like that, Shastram also, Phalashruti says a lot of wonderful things.
Yeah.
So your point is well taken. Yeah.
And then this also in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, I'm only an Adhyaksha. And I'm not deciding these things. I'm just a pass-through. Right? I mean, I'm only a facilitator. Right? That's what he says. So sometimes I get caught in this Phalasruti. In fact, I don't remember who it was, one of the Swamijis who came to Houston, one of the lectures, he mentioned this, not from Chinmaya Mission, it was somewhere else. And he mentioned that, he said, that's why many people don't chant the Phalasruti. Because for people who have understood this, Phalasruti is not required.
See, these kinds of advice I don't believe. Saying
I don't
Phalashruti
know.
is.
I'm just saying what I heard.
I'm saying that no, none of us can prove anything. And
Yeah.
we are sitting talking about some Brahmahatya we committed so many janmas ago. And so when the Phalashruti says Brahmahatyat Puto Bhavati, it is true because sooner or somehow or the other, without us knowing, it will take you to a point where you are freed from all the papas. And how will that happen? It will happen by coming to the Shastram.
Yeah. True.
Yenam,
Becoming a jnani.
yenam viditva kaivalyam ashnute. That is Brahmaputo Bhavati. And so that is true. So therefore the Phalashruti is true.
Yeah, but in
If
a
it,
in a different way, I'm saying, in the sense once you become jnani, you don't accrue any.
it's
Um,
okay.
that's
Jnani is not worried about anything. And so nothing
no.
applies
I'm
to the
saying,
jnani.
so that may be the. I'm wondering whether that is the underlying meaning, because he also talks about.
People talk without studying Shastram. This is one problem. So they just come about and have their own chat GPT type ideas of Bhagavad Gita and come and say all kinds of things. What can we do? We can't respond to everybody, no, Mahesh. What to
No,
do?
people who study also say. I can tell you that also. I will listen to people who I mean, I don't want to
No,
name them.
you listen. No, you listen and make up your own mind. I mean, it's not. We are not here to. That's purpose now is for us to process all these things. Having studied what we have studied, how are you going to handle all that? So, to how are you going to interpret those statements? Maybe you can have a dialogue with them also to learn more about why they're saying something like that. And so these are meant for us to think over. But I don't see, personally, I don't see anything wrong with the Phalashruti. Phalashruti is correct.
No, I'm not saying anything wrong. I was wondering whether is there a deeper interpretation for that?
Yeah, that is it. The deeper interpretation is, answer is yes. You will be freed from everything. Lalita Sahasranamam says Phalashruti is true. If you really believe it, chant it, it will be true. And it will become true. We know, Advaita makes it true. We know that. Already one data point we have. And therefore, Phalashruti is true. Phalashruti is true. Now, if a fellow says, no, I will do whatever I want, and then I come and chant Lalita Sahasranamam, and then she will take care of everything, means he is fooling himself. He is fooling himself. You are violating that Lalita's laws, you are violating, and then you are praying to Lalita. What is that? How will Lalita bless me? Chance kadayadu. There is no chance. So that is, even a child can make that argument. So, thank you. Thank you, Mahesh.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shanti, then, yeah.
Hari Om Guruji. This one, first, my heartfelt gratitude and thanks, Guruji. My pranams to you. Comparatively, when compared to Mundaka Upanishad, I think I have a better understanding for Kaivalya Upanishad. Comparatively, that one is very difficult for me, Guruji. This Sanskrit words are very difficult. And it's exactly 1 year since the class in 2024. 16/11/2024 Kaivalya Upanishad class began.
Oh,
And today it's exactly a year to complete.
I see. Okay.
And
Nice.
one more thing, Guruji. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I would like to thank in front of all the others, Swapna ji and Meera ji. They gave me a few suggestions. I took it as a sankalpa for my last week question, this mind chattering. It has made a tremendous difference. I do it mindfully. Every time such kind of thing comes, I offer every thought to God. That's Swapnaji told, and of course, what you told also, Guruji. But I find that one easier. So I start chanting some slokam or something. I do that chanting. So I want to share with others that anybody having problems like me can, for sure, this method would work for them. That's my suggestion, Guruji. And one more thing. So it's a week since that last week I asked that question. Now it's 8 days. These 6 days, when I followed that, I say my mind settles with the contentment.
I don't know on what it settles with contentment. I'm not looking to, I don't know, Guruji. I'm not looking to, I don't know whether my aspiration for Vedanta is getting diluted or what. Okay, oh, this is like this. Okay, this is okay. Okay, this moment I'm okay with this moment. I'm happy. Thank you for all the blessings. And I count on the blessings. That's all. Is that right? Is that attitude right? First thing. Another one question that I heard, that I had was, if they say you want to chant Kaivalya Upanishad, by hook or crook, I will chant it by the end of the day. But whether I put my heart and soul in it would be a question. But I will chant. I will try to chant because this is a small text. I can still chant in 1 month's time. I think I will have I can pick up speed, those confidence. I think it is normally I have that kind of thing, Guruji. Is that right attitude?
So, yeah, see, our mind is a very fickle entity. So the way it responds to situations and all is to some extent unpredictable. And even though we are trying to have a say over things, but what you said is right. So you are going to do your chanting, you are going to do the tricks, the techniques you have learnt. So Sharanagati Bhava is there. Okay, offering all that chatter, all the misgivings to Bhagavan. This is a very big thing. Very big thing, as opposed to trying to either try to solve it myself, which sometimes never gets possible, not possible at all, or keep asking why me, why me, why me, why this is constantly happening. I was once doing that, and one person told me, you are too obsessed about your negative thoughts, like that he said. Then only I said, oh my God, that was a clue for me. That is so, I can't be obsessed. If the more obsessed I am, the more negative thoughts start coming. And more I start nitpicking all the small things. Then I let go. I said, okay, the negative thoughts will come. Or it is not even a negative thought. According to me only, it's a negative thought. Who said it's a negative thought? I only say it's a negative thought. And then magic happens after that. After that, allow things to happen, and then things will come to steady state. And so that attitude is very beautiful. And you said something. Second question is what again?
This Kaivalya, we need Falashruti of Kaivalya Upanishad, Guruji. So if you chant, you will get all these benefits. Still mind is looking for the benefits. So whether I put my heart and soul in chanting, I will see that I finish it by the end of the day. I chant in full by the end of the day because this is a short text. But
Right.
is that a right attitude, Guruji?
Yeah, see. Prayojanam anuddishya mandopi na pravartate. Okay. So without having a benefit in mind, nobody can do anything. 1 foot also you cannot put forward without having a benefit in mind. If you're going somewhere, means that 1 foot that you kept also is because you wanted something. You have something in mind. So therefore, prayojanam is always there for any Upanishad, like in this Upanishad. Kaivalyam ashnute. And do we understand that this Kaivalyam is not the Kaivalyam the Vishishtadvaitis talk about? Vishishtadvaiti Kaivalyam is this Prapatti, okay, is being in the presence of Vishnu in Swarga, Vaikuntha, etc. They will say that is Kaivalyam. So I am saying what Kaivalyam? You already gained Kaivalyam, and so which I don't know. And so we are talking about this Ajnana Nivritti Kaivalyam. And so whatever attitude you have, it is perfect, it is good. It is good, and it is driven by the Shastram. Only the Shastram is making you all these questions, ask all these questions. Therefore, it is good, which means what you're studying is correct. It is taking you in the right direction. And there'll be a point where you just surrender and and we will not keep on asking when and all that, because now I'm part of the process. So it will, whatever happens will happen. Whatever happens will happen. And so it's a process of growing up, ma. It's a process of growing up. So we don't say it is right or wrong and all that. The right wrong is a judgment. You can't say, we will never say that way of praying is wrong, this way of praying is right. No, you can't say that. All prayers are equal in Ishvara's eyes. And okay, if you do particular paddhati is there, okay, sankalpa, this you do the sankalpa like this, I can say. Okay, but any sankalpa can mean any language, really speaking. And you should put, in fact, you should put what you want to say, what prayer you want to offer. That it should be your personal sankalpa, in fact. So it must be a customized sankalpa. And so there are places where we can say, do it this way, don't do it that way. Don't leave the shoes there, leave the shoes here. Like that, if I say, there is you can follow it. But in certain areas, that intention is so important. The intention is critical. And so, whatever attitude you have, let it be there, let it grow. Let it grow. Yeah.
Guruji,
Let's not be anxious about the result. How about that?
Ah.
Previously, I was anxious about so many other things. And now I am anxious about Vedanta. My God, Vedanta. When will it work? When will I get moksha? Is it Krama Mukti or Sadhya Mukti? Suppose I get Krama Mukti and I end up in Brahmaloka and I spend another so many yugas along with Brahmaji. Is that good or bad? And all, if you start asking, no need to ask like that. That's what I'm saying. Because Kaivalya, somebody said Krama Mukti. Hariji said, Krama Mukti means going to Brahmaloka and then after that being taught by Brahmaji. What if I don't like Brahmaloka? Then a new anxiety come now. Previously, we were worried about the future in this life. Now our future is extending beyond this life. This means I don't know whether we are improving or not. So just relax, let go, and then do whatever you're doing, and then just surrender to Lalita Devi, and then she will make things happen. That's been everybody's journey like that. Swami Sadatmanandaji was asked by somebody last year. They asked, now you were also there in the camp, and
grow out of
he said growing clarity, like that he said.
growing clarity. Correct.
Yeah. So growing clarity, just allow it to happen. Just like today you are, and you compare yourself from 2 years ago or a year ago, how it was different. Did you know it is going to be different? No, you didn't know it will be different. How different? In the what process is going to happen? Nothing, you know. But still you are different. How? Ishvara, Bhagavan's work. It is all Bhagavan's work. That is how it is. Thank you, Shanti.
Guruji, one quick question, Guruji. So
Yeah.
what is the implication of doing Archana, Puja and all in the temple for birthday, wedding day and all those?
Right. See, our lives have become so mechanical. So mechanical that we get lost, and so some push is required for us. Some reminder is required for us that no, you are an important person, we all love you. And then so you suddenly that day becomes a time when everything comes together, people, friends, and then WhatsApp is all full with best wishes and happy birthday. And then at least one day in my life I can feel on top of the world, I suppose. That is the only reason. But our reason is what? Hey, use that birthday to go to the temple, do some archana, or do an archana at home, and recognize the blessings that we have. And Durlabham Trayame Vaitat. And then this Manushya versus Pashu, and then this life is given. Like that, we can bring in the Shastram and then do the same puja, but with a different attitude. And not worried about did they wish me for my birthday. They all did not wish me. Last so many years you wished me. This time you forgot to wish me. That means what? I need many more birthdays, correct? So every day can be a good day. Every day can be a fresh day. But okay, birthday is definitely there, and it's always there. We need that. Just like we need sleep. We need sleep. Only then the next day can start fresh. Because what happened yesterday, nobody's guess. How days turn out is anybody's guess. So at least you put an end to all of that. Say, just sign off from everything, and then start fresh tomorrow morning. Let tomorrow morning be great. Tomorrow will be great. Like that we start. So like that, if you go one whole year, at least birthday is there. So the love that is there, that was not manifest apparently during all the last 365 days, because people don't get up and say I love you. At least in our culture they don't do all this I love you and all, they won't say, and they will just lead a life, that's about it. And birthday, happy birthday to you. So that is only time we people actually wish the other person. Otherwise we are constantly fighting with each other. And so at least that one day is there when everybody says, yeah, you mean a lot to me. You make me full. You make my life worth living. Okay. When you hear something like that, you feel good. So important. So important it is. So I think birthdays have a value, but more importantly, prayerfulness, bringing in the prayerfulness will make it even more important. And you surrender your success to Ishvara. Whoever I am is because of you. And so birthdays can be put to use also. Put to use.
Okay. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Yeah, we should celebrate birthdays. Correct. Even though Vedanta says whether you celebrate or not, you are full. Okay, but we celebrate birthdays.
I was waiting for this, Guruji. So Vedanta tells everything is like this. See, this is not for our children's birth. I'm talking about my children. So I want them to go to the temple. Every time Amma cannot do everything for others, then I don't. I'm totally have so much confusion in all these things, Guruji. It will be only taking up the time. It is always confusing few things.
Never expect Shanti.
So it's good. This is a good kind of confusion to have. How about that? Oh, there is a bad kind of confusion, good kind. Yeah, then I will say yes. This is a good kind of conflict to have, because this conflict will lead to something good, like it has been helping you in the last year, 2 years, okay, or more. And so this is how it is. This is how it is. This is how the thought process is. So it is not unique to you. It's not unique to you. It is everybody is going to go through this process. Everybody. Right, wrong, why, what, when should I do this? Am I pushing my children too much? Yeah, all this will happen because the historical push is there, and and I have to slowly let go. That letting go, we have to pray for that letting go, is it not? Yeah. But we don't have to be anxious about anything. What I'm saying is, don't be anxious about it. Oh my God, I'm not letting go. There's another anxiety. We don't need that anxiety. It will happen. Letting go happens in time. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Shanti. It must be what, 11 plus in Singapore?
10:50, Guruji. 10:50.
10:50. Okay, good. All right. Vaidya, Swapna, Ramu.
Jayakumarji, thank you very much for Kaivalya Upanishad. I wanted to ask you, Jayakumarji, so this Falashruti, why does it specifically mention Shatarudriyam? Why doesn't it say, if it applies to Kaivalya Upanishad, why doesn't it say that?
You're asking me not what one Swamiji says. You're asking me what the rishis have said about this. That's a tough question to answer. This is what has come in the Upanishad. Okay, Shatarudriyam. And as we have seen, Narayana Muni gives a different interpretation to that. Different interpretation. Yaha Kaivalyam Adhite. That is what he's saying. Okay. And because Kaivalyam is a compact Upanishad, That advice is practical, that you can chant Kaivalya Upanishad, much smaller than Rudram. It is much, much smaller than Rudram. If Rudram can take 20 minutes to chant, this will take 5 minutes to chant, or less maybe. And so there must be Upanishad. She has something in mind, and that's why she says it. And so for us it's meaningful. And the way our acharyas have interpreted it, you chant whatever you've been chanting, or you can chant Rudram, or you can chant Kaivalya Upanishad. All that is good. So it's a Parayanam. And the question now becomes, should I chant without knowing the meaning, or should I chant by knowing the meaning? The popular question it is. Chanting starts only without knowing the meaning. That's how all of us have learned chanting and all. Kada kada kada, we keep on chanting things. As children, we used to chant. And nobody taught us any meaning and all that. Saundarya Lahari chanted. Lalita Sahasranamam chanted. Vishnu chanted. Shloka Stotras chanted. Nirvana Shatkam chanted. What meaning we knew? Nothing. We know them, not one word we know. Okay, somewhere suddenly somebody gives us a book which has meanings of Nirvana Shatkam. Then Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham. I am not the mind. I am not the mind. So I'm not even able to understand what is being said, because I have not even thought along these lines. So this I am not the mind is a meaningless statement. It's an irrelevant statement to me. But still I've been chanting all my life. And then that is a seed. So Falashruti is this. Falashruti means keep on chanting, whether you know the meaning or not, keep on chanting. One day it will fructify. One day it will fructify, because at least the text is there in front of you. The ununderstood text is there in front of you, and someday somebody gives you meaning. Then the text is known, meaning is not known. So now my attention is on the meaning. It takes so many years, decades to come to that point. Then somebody somewhere, some Swamiji says, you are not the mind. Then you connect the dots and say, my God, this is what Nirvana Shatkam also said. And I want to attend these talks. I want to attend these talks. Why? 1 week you're going to attend? Yeah, I'm going to attend. Why? Because of this connection only. Because you've been chanting Nirvana Shatkam. And it got you all the way here. Look at how it goes. We can't predict how this life turns out. So everything is critical. If we are not going to exclude anything in our practices. But as we go, as we study Shastram, as we pick up, as this fire of knowledge picks up, then what happens? Then we start prioritizing. Instead of chanting for 6 hours, I'm going to reduce my chanting and replace that 1 hour by Shravanam. That is the journey. That is the journey. Why? Because evam viditva, tasmad evam viditva yenam kaivalyam. Viditva, not chant kritva, parayanam kritva. Parayanam over, chitta shuddhi over. Chitta shuddhi is gained. After that, parayanam is not that beneficial. See that growth. Once chitta shuddhi is gained, jnanam is the next step. Lokesmin dvividha nishta. So I am going through that process. Karma Yoga Buddhi is constant. I need it. I am never going to somehow pat myself on my back and say I am a big Karma Yogi now, because I've been chanting like this. I don't have to say all those things. I will grow out of it. I will grow out of it in time. Growing out is natural. It is not willed. It's not willed. It is natural. Thank you, Vaidya. Yeah. Swapna and then Ramu.
Namaste, Guruji. First, I have a question and then I want to comment. Arnava means ocean of, is it a synonym for samsara? Arnava?
Ocean. Samsara sagaram ityarthaha.
Okay.
Bhavarnavam, he says.
Samsara Sagara Nashanam.
Use the Bhavarnavam word.
Okay.
So some
Bhava.
Arunava, there are some people who are named Arunava. Huh? Aruna, at least in Bengal, I think.
Ocean of compassion. How about ocean of compassion? So Dayarnava, we should call him Dayarnavas. We have to reinterpret. We can't say ocean of samsara there. Ocean of all good qualities. That person is like that we should say. Ocean of love.
So
Yeah.
now, Dhanyavadaha.
Arnav, that word Arnav and all they say, no? That word I think, Arnav.
Arnav, Hemalata ji has, she found it is Arnav, not Arnav.
Arnav, okay? Arnav, okay?
Arnava, actually, Arnava.
Arnava, right.
People name Sagar also, no? Sagar. They name the children as Sagar. They don't name them Samudra, but they name them Sagar. They name them Arnab Mukherjee. That's it. Mabeyora Bedaha.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Swapna, back to you.
Yeah. Dhanyavadaha for guiding us through this Upanishad. The reference that you would make with Maniprabha was extremely meaningful. There were times when Maniprabha's, when you read, it made sense. I could understand. So, but we didn't do it for every verse. Maybe there was a reason for it, but it really added value to the learning. And in Abhyasa class, we have not done Kaivalya for a bit. And I think even we missed out referring to Maniprabha. So I think Miraji, we have to go back and do Maniprabha. Anyway, so it has been, yeah, I never thought that Upanishad was for me, but Dhanyavadaha. And when I went to the ashram this time to say goodbye to Sudatma ji, he said, I want to give you something, you ask. And usually my mind will go blank. What came to my mind was, I want Kaivalya Upanishad book. So I want, so he went and he gave me. So I have the same book that you have.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was, and it's such a thin book, you can carry it everywhere. And it's a Swami Viditatmananda's explanation is very nice. So, yeah. Because I
In
was
fact,
having trouble. I was having trouble chanting from A.K. Aruna's PDF. The Sanskrit is so hard for me to wrap my head around. It was very hard so this is very nice. And at the end, it's just, it's the whole Upanishad is there. So the other day, Miraji and I were able to chant also very easily. So,
in the end of the book, he has printed the entire Upanishad.
Right. It's very nice. And the Sanskrit, it's a readable Sanskrit. Aruna's Sanskrit is very hard for because I don't have that much Sanskrit knowledge.
No, he breaks it and puts at the end and all that. And yeah, I think he does it for a Caucasian audience that does not have Sanskrit and all. So it is confusing. It is confusing. Yes. Yeah, next time I will not do that. I will somehow all this formatting and all, I got carried away, I think. But otherwise, yeah. Good, Swapna.
Dhanyavadaha. Namaste.
And thanks to Swapna ji, during Abhyasa class, since I didn't have a book, she read out the entire, one of the mantras she said, okay, you pick some mantra, I'll read from Viditatmanandaji's. Then I said, Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam, you read that. I want to know. Then she read the entire thing. We had such a good discussion after that. Only both of us were enjoying the abhyasa. So it was really
Yeah.
good. Thanks to Swapnaji also for that. And thanks, Guruji, because you gave us an opportunity to not only learn as per the Shastram and the Parampara, but at the same time, we have an opportunity to have abhyasas also, so that we relearn in case we have any doubts, we just clear with the Sahapatis. We have made a very good group also. So thank you so much. As Swapnaji was saying, it is words fall, it will fail. We cannot express ourselves. This is really something which we cannot stop thanking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meera and Narayanan, for being part of the course and coordinating all the Abhyasa sessions and inspiring others, your co-friends, to join and keep the discussions going.
Yeah, past couple of weeks, I think Hemavati ji also was undergoing some health issues. So because of which it was only Swapna and ji and myself, but still it is like amazing. Abhyasa is something which is we enjoy now because we keep reading from all the, books, references, Paramarthananda ji's, your notes. So we just get more and more clarity. It's very nice.
Yes, it's very, very useful, but it's 5:30 here in California now. I really have to literally pry open my eyes, especially with my cataract surgery. It's a bit difficult, I became very tired today. I didn't get up. Otherwise, I'm not missing the Abhyasa classes. But today I couldn't get up at 4:30. 4:30, I forgot everything.
Not a problem, Hemaji. Health is important, and
yeah,
your
correct.
presence is very valuable to us in the class.
So that's why I don't like to miss, because I get to talk a lot. I mean, we get to hear a lot there, But today somehow I became very tired. So I said from next week I should not give in for that.
No
as
problem.
long as I will get up at 4:45 and then go to the class.
Ramoji, hang on. I'll be back in a second. Father is calling me. Just 1 minute. Yeah, Ramoji, go ahead.
3-4 short points of different discussions by different people. Shanti was talking about mindfulness. That mala is in for to bring the mind which is loitering, like the cow, to bring back the mind. That is why the mala is there. And the Sravanam also, the another point is the Sravanam. Sravanam is like that Kachu. Pashu to Pashupati is Pashu, how it becomes Pashupati? It has to Kachu what it has heard. Then it becomes Pashupati. And regarding the Maheshji's point earlier, regarding what happens to the prarabdha or the phalam of the karma of a jnani, I had this question after reading a comment in the Hindu 50 years back. And I had written I used to write letters to the letters to the editor, and some spiritual person replied. And this was, I raised a question with my teacher of the Guru Chinmaya Mission also. He also gave a very good, beautiful reply. I will get it. And he said that jnanis, if somebody curses a jnani, it goes to that Baba goes to him who curses. And like that he answered. It's a very beautiful answer. I will try to look at that. And my teacher, Parastekar, he's a teacher of Sanskrit student in Sittani. He used to take classes at the Mumlund branch of Chinmaya Mission, and used to conduct one-day camps also. His handwriting is so beautiful. So he had written. And when I left to Muscat also, when I wrote and I had going for Muscat and all, he also at that time also he got a very beautiful letter. So that's how to remember. So he says something like that.
Good, sir. Ramoji,
better.
Sharing a lot of good memories and discussions. Good.
Thank you.
Lot. Yeah.
Because the journey has been since 1970, 60, 70. At that time, we don't know. We used to chant. Then they started questioning, why is he chanting? What is the meaning of it? Then another point I wanted to make is in the Kaivalya Upanishad says that 2 days back I heard little bit of Mani Dravid's one video where he explains every Agni karma of a Vaidika starts with Agnene Supataraye, Agnani Vishnani Punani. Then he explains it is not for the actually that man, it is not at the end of the, it comes, that last mantra comes after that Kritasmara, Kritagumsmara, Kritasmara, Kritagumsmara. He says that it is not after that when man is at the death. He wants to have karma palam, but he wants a karma palam, not that going to Kramamukti. He wants a karma palam of going directly to Brahmaloka and not return. That's what the mind Dravid says. He says that life has to be led from the start itself in that Supata. So he asked Agni to lead in the proper way. Agni Naya Supata. He explained that Supata, what is that and all this thing. Mani Dravid's small 20 minutes video or something I listened last week. Very important points he makes that. I listened to only the last mantra.
Yeah, Agnenaya Supataraye, like that there is a mantra that.
Kritosmara,
Yeah.
Kritagusmara, Kritagusmara, Kritagusmara. And that mantra is there. And the same thing Bhattacharya also talks about when he gives in the last sloka, remembering all the elements, thanking the elements.
Yeah.
Suitable sloka in the Vairagya Satakam, something.
Mm.
The last one.
Good. Thank you, Ramuji. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all that. Prasad Gurujala.
Namaste, Jayakumarji. I just really wanted to say only one thing, but I initially, like, I would be very grateful, a deep gratitude for keeping us in touch with Vedanta. So the Kaivalya Upanishad per se, I would not say anything with respect to that, but being in touch with Vedanta through several Upanishads, including Kaivalya Upanishad, that increases our when we reflect on the knowledge. So we get, at least when I say about me, it would get into more and more deeper thinking of understanding of the Vedanta. For example, I was just thinking, it's a question which I had, but since today's thing is about reflecting on Kaivalya Upanishad, I would say that if I look back at the world, initially probably I would start with in a few years back when we start. It's like Prakriti Parinama, where it is just power of God has been transformed. Oh, but then still it is not Advaita. Then it transformed into Brahma Vivarta. So its appearance it's just an appearance. But there also I feel like when I'm thinking, well, I'm still dealing with Advaita. Maybe sometimes it is Advaita, but I feel like when I take example of a dream, it's still human tendency, like it is as if it is something different. So moving on to the third step, now I start thinking, oh, I should take it as Brahma Swarupa, which is like it's being one with all, being one with the universe. So that type of understanding, if I keep in mind and move forward, then it is like, for me, it is Advaita. Like, so this type of thinking would, all this is helping in terms of how we deepen our understanding, intellectually at least. Manana, part of it, we sharpen that. That would be helpful. So thank you for keeping us in touch with Vedanta. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Prasad. Thank you for coming to the classes and keeping the pursuit worthwhile.
Guruji,
And,
I have only one point. about the jnanis having the prarabdha karma. If we take now Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Ramana Maharshi, finally they had to undergo the cancer problem. So so what I have heard is that that is all part of their prarabdha karma, which even a jnani has to necessarily exhaust by experiencing.
Correct.
Is it a correct way of interpretation?
Yeah, so for the onlooker, it looks like the jnani is exhausting, but the
Yeah,
jnani is already exhausted, really speaking.
yeah,
As far
true.
as jnani is concerned, there is no prarabdha. So if we say you are exhausting prarabdha, he will say, okay, I'm exhausting my prarabdha. That's all he will say and move on. And so that is a deeper way of looking at it.
Okay,
Deeper way of looking at it. Because
okay,
if you
Hari
say
Om.
jnani is exhausting prarabdha, then you are saying jnani has prarabdha. And Vedanta is saying there is no prarabdha to Atma. So how can you now bring in a prarabdha also? Prarabdha also is not there for Atma. But the momentum that brought this body in has to exhaust in time only. And so who does it belong to? Who does it belong to means what? It belonged to somebody. And now it doesn't belong to anybody. It doesn't belong to the jnani. Really speaking, it doesn't belong to the jnani. Okay, really speaking, think about it like that.
Yeah,
And so now when you throw the ball out in the air, the ball has to move. It has to, the trajectory has to culminate, and it has to move, it has to roll, it has to fall, it has to do all these things and then come to a stop. By that time, the owner of the ball is gone. Owner of the ball is gone. He threw the ball and went away. Gained knowledge. That jnani has nothing to do with that ball. Think like that and see if that makes a difference, Hariji.
okay then. Okay, okay. Hari Om, Guru. Hari Om,
Hari
Hari Om,
Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Ramakrishnan Om. Hari Om.
Hari
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.